to agree that I think I'm the most colorful person here. Vicki Ko loaned me this today, and this is a Chinese celebration gown. And I know Rose is laughing because one, I'm in a dress, and two, I'm extremely colorful. I don't think she's ever seen me in dancing shoes, but we really are glad that you're all here. Rose loved events. Everything was an event. Her sister Susie's nodding, so Rose loved to celebrate birthdays. She loves the big gesture. Rose was generous to her. Everything had a theme. Everything that she celebrated had a theme. She's recently been planning Hallie's graduation, and Hallie loves computers, and we've been talking about that a lot. But she'd be so glad that we're all here. I wanted to make sure you knew that Susie's sister's here. Susie Miller, her husband Brian, her nephew Daniel's right behind them. They're up here. And I also want to introduce Deb and Charlie Kurt. Debbie's over here, you can wave. Charlie's up here. Debbie is, as Pastor Ron said, Rose's oldest friend. They grew up next door to each other. She said, not just next door, but right next door. And we got together last night and heard some really fun stories about Rose as a teenager. And the one that I wrote down was, I'd never heard Rose talk about this, but she had a give me a ticket red Camaro that she started around with. And that just made me laugh because I could kind of see that. But a lot of people have asked me today, the girls. And Rose and Charlie are the girls' guardians, and Rose had a plan in place. And they know the girls and love the girls. And they live in Grand Rapids, Michigan. So at some point, this summer, there'll be a move to Michigan. Rose was very driven in her career, and Simon was very good to Rose. But I just wanted to say that I thought Rose was very good to Simon. She worked incredibly hard. Rose was a fighter. She always intended to go back to work. And I went to many of her oncology appointments with her, as did other friends here. And she would move the date to go back to work up by like a week. The doctor would give her some news. She goes, well, okay, let's just put it off one more week, 2 weeks. But always intended to go back to work. It's important. Rose is a friend, as you know, was always there, always supportive, always fun, loved to celebrate. Rose and the girls spent, probably the last 10, 12 Christmases with our extended family, and Easters and birthdays, and they were part of our family and are. Rose has always been thoughtful with cards, and recently, as it became more difficult for her to talk and write through texts and things, but was really, really thoughtful, always thoughtful. But most importantly, I wanted to talk to you about Rose as a mom. Lissa. That helps. Rose was a devout Christian, and she shared her faith with all her girls. She put the girls first in all things. In spite of chemo, like we said, Rose never missed a beat as a mom. I'd call and say, how are you feeling, Rose? She had chemo the day before. Well, I took the girls to swim practice at 5. I'm feeling pretty good. She recently went to, I think it was Jade's orchestra, and really had a tough time last week. And I said, how was the concert? She said, it was beautiful. I rested during most of it, but it was beautiful. And Rose's email address was aproudmom@, and it's been that since I've known her. As a single mom, Rose was organized, probably extremely organized. There was a place for everything, and everything was in its place. She was very involved and very present for the girls. The girls were really driven to achieve in school like Rose did at work, and I just wanted to talk about each of them for a second. Amy's her oldest. She just finished her freshman year at IUPUI. She's majoring in biology, and Amy played tennis at Pike High School. Hallie graduates in June from Pike. Hallie is involved in marching band and plays tennis. Hallie's team contacted her this week, her coach, and they had a planned event Monday at Pike High School to a tennis match called Smash Cancer. And the team and the coach have decided, because they think so much of Amy and Hallie, to dedicate the proceeds of that event to Rose and her family. Jade is a junior at Pike and a high honor student. She's taking AP classes. She swam on the swim team. She's in the orchestra and plays the violin. Rachel is a freshman, also an honor student, taking AP classes. She swam on the swim team and plays the flute in the marching band. And if I get to say it, Hallie was also in the marching band, and she played the French horn. The girls were at their mom's side last Sunday for most of the day, and they're going to read some notes from those Mother's Day cards that they made on Scott and I's dining room table last Sunday. Also, I promised Rose, in addition to being colorful, that we would laugh today, and I think we did laugh a little. But she'd like us to raise a glass. So just want you to know, if you can or you're interested, to join us at the Broad Ripple Brew Pub at 842 East 65th Street. And if you can, that'd be great. It is a child-friendly place. It took us a little bit to find somewhere right around here on a Sunday that welcomes children. But if you can't come, I encourage you to raise a glass of soda or wine or water to Rose tonight. And next, Benny Coe, who I have to introduce. Dr. Benny Coe. I had the privilege of being Rose's POA, the medical POA. And if I get this out, it helps.